Yeah. All right, we are live here on here. We're doing the show tonight for prisoners, and yeah, we're dealing with prisoner show tonight. Realize it's been a little while, but yeah, we're dealing with it tonight. Prisoners, um, and I am strictly against prisoners being locked up against, or let me put it like this: wrongfully incarcerated, over incarceration, especially among the minority of men. If you don't know, you might want to check around the minority men, as you would say, black men. I would say Negro men have become endangered species. With that being said, trouble is has come and it's bad, leaving our young men to be raised by a single parent home, which leaves the woman, and now it's shifting over to the minority woman to be locked up and in prison. I've just recently learned, and let me say good evening to all of you out there who are watching, um, who understand, who don't understand. If you don't understand, just stick around a little while longer and you can learn something about prison. I'm not just talking about the prisons in Texas, I'm talking about the prisons in Louisiana, the prisons on the East Coast, West Coast, South, East, and North. I'm speaking of prison all over. all over the place here in the United States. Do you not know that we have more prisoners in prison down here than we have in other countries that are free walking around? Y'all know that. And I realize you might not know it, but I'm gonna ask anyway because you don't know unless you ask. And if you don't ask, then you don't get no answer. So do you know that UN got on the United States and told them that they need to get some of their prisoners out of the prison here in the United States because they have more prisoners in prison than they have in a country walking around, or as a what one may say. I'm sorry, I'm babbling, but let me think about it. They have more people walking on their ground. Their economy, I that ain't the word I want to use, but they are literally we literally have more people in prison than they have in the country as for accounting human beings. That's close I can get to what I want to say about it. So the UN cracked down on the United States, said you need to free up. If you don't, we're going to deal with you concerning you over incarcerating your people. And for that, right here in Harris County, where we've learned, and I made mention, I think about 3 or 4 weeks ago, that they have allowed, or well, got on them rather, and had them to literally take some of these prisoners out, move them. And now Texas is moving so many prisoners across the state line because they don't even have enough room to prison, let alone talking about TDC J. They don't even have enough room in them to bring over. That's why the county courts and Tarrant County and Dallas County and Harris County and other counties around the East Texas. This is why they do not have no room when their courts are backed up because they're being set up to hoodwink and to snatch your sons and your daughters now and make money off of them being in prison. I want to say while we get into this, do not take for granted that your family member is in prison and believe that they are all right. Let me be the first one to tell you they are not all right. Right here in Harris County, since the first of the year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm wrong, but if I'm not, well, we'll deal with it. However, it is my belief, my understanding, since the first of 2023, when February the 17th, the 18th, they've had 4 deaths in Harris County Jail, overpopulated, and they have a medical in there that do not care about your loved one. If they're on medicine, they're on this, they're on that, they're not getting it. You can sit there and believe that they're all right, and you can sit there and become stiff-necked by yourself and believe that because they're in prison that you would never go. You don't know what can happen to you today or tomorrow that'll wind you up at the Harris County Jail or any county jail where you at in Florida. I don't care where you at. County, Dallas County, I don't care where you at. You will wind up in jail, from jail to prison. You don't know what can happen that'll cause you have an encounter like that. So your loved one is not all right. It's not all right while you sit your feet up under your table and eat shrimp and crabs and steak while your family member in jail struggling off of a bologna sandwich. Bologna sandwich, I think if you feed a bologna sandwich, they may give them a fruit or they may give them some cookies. And now they got this what you call meat packs and all kind of packs in there. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's nothing but a melting pot and a drainage to get your money. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's a way to rob you and take advantage of you and mess you up. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So you need to learn the history of being incarceration, your family member being incarcerated. Because, excuse me, if you don't know, your family member can go to jail just for a traffic ticket and come out dead in a body bag. You need to know your family. You need to know what's going on with your family in prison. Pick that phone up, call down there and check on them. And when you get through checking on them, set your phone up so they can call you. You need help, set up your phone, call me. I'll show you how to set it up. It's so easy now. You can set it up on your phone. You don't have to be worried about putting no credit card in. They can do free. You can set it up as a prepay if you want. That way, when they call, you can use the prepaid minutes and the telephone system is secure now, which have made it pretty easy for you to take the phone call and cheap. It was $1.25, $2 a phone call. Now since security done got involved and the government done got involved and the people done got involved with these excessive price of phone call to talk to their loved one, the people that got involved. Now they have changed the prices on the phone. The next thing they change is the store. See, Harris County got one of the highest store you ever want to meet. Y'all know them noodles we eat. Y'all know them little noodles we turn around and we eat. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Them noodles that we sit there. Uh-oh, this chair done lean all the way back at me. I'm gonna get ready to get comfortable. Y'all know them chair, them noodles we sit in, it's called Roman noodles, I think them cheering eat. Them things a dime in the store, 12 cents. Do you know they selling them in Harris County for $1 a pack? You, in order to get 10 soup, you spend $10. And that highway robbery in Harris County. Then they go to medical, something wrong with them. They got me charged $10. They got any money on their book just to go down there, and they don't even give them no medals. I guess they just check their vital signs or whatever and send it back and got $10. They don't care about your kinfolk. They don't care nothing about your family. Now they got a young man that just went to prison. The officer that was working there, he's been put on arrest. He's in jail right now. He's in jail right now on $100,000 bond. Now slam this 21-year-old young man up against the wall that was not resisting him because he asked him to do something. He wouldn't do it and told him that, well, he told him to pick the tray up or the food off the floor or something. He told him not picking that food up. And the man went over there and slammed it with it and most of the time, and I'm speaking because I know I watch certain things that been around certain things to know most of the time them young men ain't in there for no argument. Now you got some of them go cut up. Now I'm just gonna put that out there on the rip. They gonna cut up because that's just what they do. But you got some of them in there that say, okay, I messed up. Let me go on and do this little time that I got and let me get it over with and get out of there and go about my way and to do what I need to do so I can go home. Then you got some other knuckleheads in there that just don't have no problem. I guess it's just what they want their home to be. They have nowhere else to go. They'll tore up everything in the street, tore up everything in their homes and what have you. And now they don't have anywhere else to go but to prison. Family tired of them, people in the street tired of them. Prison is the next best thing for them to go because the next thing is graveyard. Some of them do crime just to go to jail. And it's sickening. And something else I want to cover tonight. I'm gonna get back to these women going to prison harder than men now. You see, you help them men, you help them railroad the minority men. Now they sticking counseling in your body with these non-plant and all these non-get pregnant stuff. They sticking all that in you. Now your body is being tore up. You have an early hysterectomy, so you know you're not able to process a man to be a wife to a man, because a wife must be a wife must give a husband a child. Now you barren, and so Now they on their way to lock you up now. Yeah, it sounds like some old stuff from old Kenzie from back in the day. Everything Kunta Kinte would run down the way to try to make a way. Kenzie laying up in the back room with the man called a slave master and telling them everything. Isn't it just the same behavior we find out with a lot of these women running down the street and going to the judge? Oh, he got a raise today. How much raise he got? Oh, he got a big raise. Bring it back in and keep hitting from child support. Using the man's child for a paycheck because you're too lazy to get up off your sorry nothing and go to work. And if you don't want the child, you can't afford the child, then you should give the child back to the father. But in the book of Genesis, it says, a woman shall bear his seed. It ain't none of your seed, woman. It's his seed. And she shall give back his seed unto him. That's the book. That's the Bible. But we done talk to these young girls, let's have a baby so you can get food stamp, welfare, housing, and you still messed up. That ain't enough either. So you want to go down there and get some more child support after all that. And then you run around here and look at the baby's looking ragged and tore down and tore up from the floor up. And you around here looking like Weaving Wonder. Oh yeah, we'll talk about you tonight. And then when he can't pay it, he goes to prison because he can't pay child support. Y'all think that's all right? That ain't all right. You think they your friend, baby? Let me tell you something. This government ain't none of your friend. It's your worst nightmare and your enemy. As soon as they kill him off and destroy him, well, it got to find somebody else to blame for because they ain't going to take responsibility for it. They're not. This government ain't taking no responsibility for what they do. And so now we got these young men going to prison and they're dead all because of some incident, some trouble, some situation. They're dying. Now they're picking up minority women now and locking them up and doing away with them. Harris County shut down half of the minority men's side prison. That means is a lot of the Negro men that were going to jail is now in endangered species because they dead or they locked up. And they locked up so deep until it's all over. And watch this. And most of them that go to prison winds up in sexual battery relationship in there. A lot of them that go to prison, they fool with men and having sex with men because their testosterone is so strong, they are messing with men now. And so when they get out of prison, they coming home to you with some man's feces all over his penis, and he putting it right in you, and not to mention he's sodomizing you now. You think you was making him become something you want to be, but all the time you were hurting yourself, lady. Prison is a real situation. When a man or a woman goes to prison, it's like death. But only problem is they ain't in no pine box and they ain't in no grave. They're not. They're not. But the truth of it is, they are being sentenced to death while living. So if they go to prison, it's a 50% chance they come out, and it's a 50% chance they won't come out of prison. So the next time you sit down there eating your steak and your potatoes, and they ain't got a family member in prison, ain't got a family member in prison, you ain't called and checked on them. Remember, the same life you called and checked on might be the same life that saved your life. He should have never did what he did. She should have never did what they did. I don't feel sorry for him. Well, yeah, when you go, remember. And the Bible speaks of it. When I was hungry, you didn't feed me. When I was thirsty, you gave me not a drink of water. When was naked, you didn't clothe me. When I was sick and in the shut-in, you didn't come see about me. When I was in prison, you didn't stop by to check on me. You did nothing. But as soon as something happened in this world major, who would be able to be the strongest survivor is people who have been to prison or people that are in prison, because it ain't nothing but a concentrated camp, military style. It teaches you to endure hardship of life on a master level. That's what it teaches. Prison. So many of you that have family, I can't stretch it enough. I'm helping much as I can. If you only knew what's going on behind the scene, and other ones that been back out of prison, put back in the county and being re-looked at again. You only knew what's going on with EFI Network Television Expert, me. And I did use me and my work behind the scenes of helping these brothers who are innocent being railroaded. And some of them, I tell you, yeah, I did. I messed up. And I apologize for I'm doing my time. But how in the world do you get 75 years and y'all out here voting for these Democrats? Don't you know Joe Biden and Bill Clinton was the one that signed the 3-strike Luther law? Yeah, them two. Joe Biden is for the minority. And he got Kamala Harris looking on there. She's looking old as I don't know what now. I hate to say it, but she's looking bad. She's a pretty woman. She looks old now. And what's her name? The one that just got out of the seat, the House Speaker. She going on by her way because it almost killed her. Politics ain't nothing to be played with. Listen, whatever her name is. She out of office now. Y'all talking about Bill Clinton is the first Negro president. He black. He just in a white man body. He black. That man don't care nothing about you. Never did. You mean to tell me if your son or your daughter go into the grocery store or any little store and steal a bubble gum and go to jail one time, steal a piece of bubble gum, which ain't nothing but a quarter or a dollar, 50 cents, or whatever you call it, little bubble gum, and do it 3 times, they call it a 3-strike loser. Mean they send them to prison for life for going in the store stealing a small piece of bubble gum that ain't even that big. One. That's about 25 cents. Back when I was coming up, it was like 5 for a penny. And y'all out here vote for these Democrats. These Democrats don't care nothing about y'all. And the Republican is barely caring about you. Since a Republican got out of office, look at the taxes now. Y'all gonna talk? Talk to me. Yeah, y'all gonna talk? Yes, I'm talking about Nancy Pelosi. Yeah. I'm talking about, yeah, I'm gonna talk about that Nancy Pelosi. And so these people don't, these people don't care nothing about you. They don't. Prison is designed to keep you as a man separated from your family. The Bible says, how can you get the man, how can you get the household? You must first bound the strong man, meaning the man of the house. You young ladies that's out here watching, listen. They want the man that's in your house, because if they get the man that's in your house, they can get you and your children and control you. I'm so sickened by this down here in Memphis, Tennessee, where these Negro officers jumped on this young kid and killed him, Tyree. And come to find out, they jumped on him because he was going with one of the officers' girlfriend. I think they ought to charge her. I think they should charge her and lock her up. Because she should have said something. She should have called the people and called him and said, listen, Officer so-and-so and I broke up, but he's going after the man that I'm dating, and he's a young man and such. And if they get a hold of him, they're going to kill him. They're going to beat him up pretty bad. She should have said something. Since she didn't say nothing, charge her with accessory to the fact. Get the whole group, the whole bang. It's a sad day that we have turned on one another even more. And I look at Black History Month, and I'm about to say something that'll probably upset a lot of y'all, but I'm sick of Black History Month. I am. I'm so sick of Black History Month, I don't know what to do. And I'll tell you why I'm sick of Black History Month. Because since Black History Month has been in with Dr. Martin Luther King and Thurgood Marshall Good and Rosa Parks and so on and so on, some of these big people whose life was literally lost behind trying to get us across the line and have freedom. What have we did? We ain't went nowhere. We went 1,500 yards back. I should say 1,500 years back. We ain't done nothing. They marched for freedom, and here we are with our children out in the street shooting one another down, acting a fool. Men jumping on the women and killing them, and then the girls acting a fool, jumping on the men, and then turn around and lie and say he hit her, and he hit her, and knowing she died because she can't have her way, and have them locked up and put in prison and in jail. Then you go to court, they give you a court-appointed attorney, which already have your interest at law. You lose when you go to court with a court-appointed attorney. Automatic. And I'll tell you why you lose with a court-appointed attorney. The reason why you lose with a court-appointed attorney, because court-appointed attorney works in hand with the DA's office. If they can't win it, they're going to try to make you flee for it. You know why? Because they're trying to get something out of the deal. They know they can't win, so they'll give you tactics and scare you up and tell you to do this and tell you to do that and do this, do that. And you ain't got no charge because you just want to get it behind you and get it over with. You want to get this over with so bad, so you just go with the flea bar, not knowing that they got a flea bargain set up for you to fail, so they still can get you what they got. This is why Harris County doesn't settle with me with okay. They don't settle with me. They knew it, man, look here, I ain't gonna let them go. I'm gonna hold them hostage. I'm gonna hold them hostage. I'm gonna hold them dead hostage. When I say I'm gonna hold them dead hostage, I held them hostage. I ain't gonna play with them. And the reason why I ain't gonna let them get away with it because I got sons. You ain't gonna get your hands on my son. No. You're not gonna get your hands on my son, and you're gonna learn right now, touching me was the worst thing you could do. And they learned the hard way. And they settled. And I'm telling you, you got situations and all that there. I know you may have court case, whatever it is, get a real attorney. Don't go up in there depending on no court-appointed attorney, because that court-appointed attorney is working with that DA. And that DA is working with that judge. The judge ain't never on your side. The judge is always under the hand and work hand in hand with that district attorney. They don't want y'all to know that. Saying we're gonna give you a court-appointed attorney so you can get represented right all the time. They in this. Let me tell you something. You want to get rid of crime, you get rid of these judges, get rid of these officers, get rid of these sheriffs, and put the United States court back in every city, and put the right, for the federal judges on the benches, and get rid of these city courts and these county courts, get rid of all of them, and watch crime go down. You don't believe me? Go up in Minnesota and look up Minnesota. They say they got rid of their police department up there, and crime went 60% down. Crime went 60% down when they got rid of the city police office and the city court. These folks got a job, so they got to keep criminal behavior going. They ain't trying to keep we gonna crack down on crime and we gonna do this and we gonna do that. And every time election time come, here the judge come. If you make me your DA, I'm gonna crack down on the crime and I'm gonna take care of this. I'm the governor. If you do this here, make me your government, I'm gonna work on this, get rid of this. If they get rid of crime, what need is it for a judge? What need is it for your lawyer? What need is it for a DA? What need is it for a jail? And what needs all their jobs is on the line. If you think they finna get rid of crime, you crazy. They gonna create crime for you. It's gonna be terrible. Well, who is reporting crime and rape being that is normal a report provided by law enforcement? They create laws for you to break them. They know you gonna break that law, Lisa. They set you up, baby. This is what they do. They set you up so they can take you down. You don't believe me? Let's take a walk. And we prison talk. We still talking prison talk. That's how you wind up in jail and prison. Every holiday, you explain to me why they out there waiting at the stop signs, the corners, waiting on you to pass through there with no seatbelt on and nothing else, and speed, all these speeding traps and all that stuff they set up right before the holiday come, and then you don't see them no more at the third part of the holiday come in, they gone. You know why? It's called entrapment. They want to get your money. That's what this is all about, getting your money. You don't see them until holiday time and different trap. You don't see them. You bet this. Wait a minute. It's very weird. Oh, it's tax season. Oh, you think they can, as soon as taxes start coming out, they're gonna be on alert out there on the street because they want some of that money. They're gonna write you a ticket. How many of you gonna go down there and fight that ticket? Not many of you. You're gonna go down there and go on and bow gracefully, pay the ticket. It's gonna be a court call. I didn't do it. I want to plead. Now they got to the point now. Watch this here. Watch the law. I remember when it was that either you plead guilty or not guilty. Now they got this thing where you can plead no contest. Meaning is, we gonna work with you. We ain't gonna say you're guilty. We ain't gonna say you're not guilty. We gonna work with you in the middle. But they still getting some money out of you. And if you don't pay it, you're going to jail. I'm telling you, people, you better get your mind together. You better understand, woman, your Negro man is your protection. You better understand, man, that your Negro woman is your mouthpiece, and she can put your strength and her mouthpiece together. Y'all can have anything y'all want. You need one another. Domestic violence, I am quite concerned. I am quite concerned. And my concerns is, I believe you. Bible say obey the law of the land. And I'm with it. If you know it's 35, why go 45? You're going to get a ticket. That's absolutely the truth. That's the truth. I can't argue with that, Lisa. I can't go against that, Lisa. You're telling the truth. However, if you pay attention to it, why are you out here when it's holiday time and I don't see you until that time? That's the only thing I want to know now. I'm not saying it's okay for nobody to break the law and get away with it. I'm saying to you, your behavior is nuisance to me when I see you only doing the holiday, but I don't see you during the week on a regular day. I don't see you out here walking around, and my thing is, especially in the hood, in the community, I mean, they out there drinking and getting drunk and getting tore up. And 99.9 of the time, it's at one of them corner stores that all that stuff break out in. You don't see an officer up there fooling around. But when a gunshot go out, they come 35, 45 minutes later to it. And if they do show up early, they come in with their guns out and they're ready to kill. And I want to touch that a little bit before we go into a little bit further. And I'm coming to you, Lisa, because I see what you're saying. They'll take the gun out and then they're ready to shoot and kill. And most of these officers are military men. They come from the military. They come from the military from wars like Baghdad and all that. They come back over here and they're still in war within their mind. So shooting and killing you means nothing to them because that's what they were doing in Baghdad, over there in Pakistan and Afghanistan and over there in different other countries. That's what they were doing, kids. So their mind is not wrapped around and back to reality that, listen, we over in the United States now. It's the land of freedom and the people. They don't see you like that because their mind is trained to do so. So with that being said, they don't care. That's why they put them there, to kill you. And then they got this law called immunity law that's being struck down and needs to be struck down for a judge, president, senator, and all of them. I'm reading an article online about senators, how 70% of them have been to jail because of domestic violence and drinking and drunk driving and all that. But you don't hear about all that. They done kill people. You don't hear nothing about all that. They hide that online. They hide. They don't even go to prison. And they exempt because they work the laws. And they sit in high office and high place. I'm saying to you is, if any man or any woman goes to prison for this, for any situation, if the senator, the president, or the governor, I don't care who they are, if they do it, they should not be exempt with an immunity law. They should go to jail like everybody else. Crime don't go up just during the holiday. Crime is up all the time. It stays up. And the reason why it stays up, because crime is on a massive level. It's on a massive level. When I say it's on a massive level, it's on a massive level all the time. It don't go down. They only reported that it's going up because they want to make it look like they out there protecting you while you shopping. Because all of this is part of the retail getting their money, and then the city can get their money, they cut, they tax, whatever. All this makes the wheel go round and around. It's one hand holds on as to the other hand, and everybody at home is getting greedy. So yeah, they'll tell you that. Crime always up. It never goes down. It don't go down. It don't go down because it's Christmas time or because it's regular time. It don't go up because it's Christmas time and Thanksgiving time. If that be the case, we ain't never heard nobody going up here on Thanksgiving Day coming out of there with 50 turkeys. Same old soup warmed over, and the media is bought. I want you to understand, media is bought. We just got our pass. We just got our pass, brother. They on them signed up for them. Everything has been approved for media, our pass, press conference pass. We'll be able to get in with the government at the president if they come to town, or we'll be able to have our press pass to get in the NFL or get into some of these other deep details, NBA, or if a hurricane tornado hit, we'll be able to go out there and be out there. We have a press pass to get in at the EFI television network. We have all of that now. We got access. When I tell you some of the things that I've learned in the background that media will not say it, because media gets paid from the police department, the sheriff's department. They get paid from the city and the state to keep their mouths shut and look the other way. But I'm not going to go for the money from the state and the city. I'm going to start exposing these people in high office. I ain't looking for no friends, no buddies. I'm just saying, I'm sick of them doing people any kind of way and for sale. They sold out. I want EFI Television Network to be so transparent until it's like being in your backyard watching us and enjoying us like we on a picnic. The truth needs to be out concerning these people in high places. If you're going to lock up Johnny for stealing a hot dog out of the Boston shop, how come you can't lock up that senator that stole $5.6 million out of the bank account? I'm just for right. That's all the thing I'm saying. I'm for right, and I ain't scared. It is what it is. If you're going to die, you ought to die for something. Don't die for nothing. At least your name ought to be said. Oh, he died trying to do the right thing. Some of you dying and ain't doing nothing, ain't going to do nothing, and scared to do something. And the rollover part about it is the police department. You're right, Lisa. The police department is impregnated with what you call clans. It's always, you go back in the day and you look at the police department the police department is always had what you call clans in it. That's why they killed so many Negroes back in the day. The police department was the one who refused to give the Negro their freedom. They didn't want you to stand out there and drink out of a fountain. They had shotguns. Drink out of that fountain. They gonna throw your head out with a shotgun for drinking out of a fountain getting water. Now, what kind of police officer ain't got nothing better to do but stand by a fountain with a shotgun? Y'all make that make sense? And I'll leave it alone. But I'm sick of Black history because they don't do nothing in Black history. What are you doing? Our children is smoking more dope. They are naked than ever. They walking out, Lord have mercy. The other day I was out, this young lady was walking down the street with a fishnet on, no bra, no panties, no nothing, just naked. What is it gonna be next? Our children gonna be out here with no clothes on, walking the street, going in the mall and the Lord and the store everywhere. Our son, oh my God, Lord, I ain't gonna say our, but I'm gonna say these sons of people that's out here. They out here twisting, rocking hard, and smelling like, as my deacon would say, smelling like perfume and boo-boo at the same time. It's funny, but it ain't funny. And the reason why a lot of them in the mess they ain't because we done been in that mess, but we ain't being transparent with our own shit. We ain't telling them we used to smoke dope. We ain't telling them that we used to do all this stuff. No, we ain't gonna tell them that. You know why you ain't gonna tell them that? Because you want them to believe that you were, my daddy was a good man. My father is this and that. Yeah, he ain't telling you his deep secret, what he did in that closet. He ain't telling you what he done and what he done did. The mama ain't telling you how she messed around in that closet doing stuff she ain't got no. That's where you got it from. The apple don't fall too far from the tree. When y'all meet these people, you trying to figure out where they get that mess from. They get it from their family, baby. You just don't know the family. You meet this young man, you meet this young lady, they ain't no good, lie coming and going, playing games. in your life. That's where they got it from their parents, baby. The apple don't fall too far from the tree. You show me your friends, and I'll show you who you are. You show me your parents, and I'll tell you who you are. Yeah. So back to the prison. You got family members in prison being railroaded. I wouldn't care if it's $5. Put some money on your people's book. Call down there and check on them, hear from them, and don't take them for granted because they're really in trouble if they're in prison. If you think they went to prison to be treated like they royalty and normal, you crazy. That's just like saying you believe when the devil come get you, y'all finna go have a good time and a walk in the park, and it's gonna be all that and then something. If you believe your family member is all right, then it's like walking down the street with Freddy Krueger and Jason in the movie and saying you're gonna be all right. You make that make sense, then I can believe what you're saying. Go see about your family members. Go see about it. Call them. You ain't got no excuse now where I can't get down now. All you gotta do is have a phone. All you gotta do is have a phone. A tablet. My tablet over there in the drawer. Or a computer. And you can video talk to your family member and see if they all right. Look them in their face. Some of y'all family members done lost legs and arms. Done lost everything. And you here talking about they all right. One day it could be you. One day it will be you if you keep it up. Nobody is safe when it comes to the government and locking prisoners up because that's what they make money at. Prison is the most money-making machine in the United States of America. Now, I agree. Some of them do stuff they ain't got no business on. They going to prison, being there for a lifetime without possibility of parole. All right. You done wrong. You did your wrongdoing. They gave you your sentence. That's fine. Take your punishment like a man or a woman. And I'm with the government. But I ain't with them wrongfully accusing, wrongfully setting these people up to put them in prison for money, and then got the worst. These prisoners got the worst medical you ever want to see. And I'm not a racist person, I'm not against, but they got these Nigerians from the West Coast, from West Africa, over there in these prisons, and they don't care nothing about your people. If you go back in history and prison and slavery, there was the West African people who helped enslave their brothers and sisters' children into slavery. And now they're using them in the prison to come here in this prison to do what they doing. That wicked Caucasian man ain't through. He done messed up in every country he done went to. I don't care what country he done went to, he done caused strife. And then you over here in the United States and you study acting and doing crazy stuff. You know, somewhere you ought to have a safe haven, Caucasian man. Don't you know you're going to pay for all this you done? Well, all I can say to you is, folks, I'm doing a lot of talking, but we got some interviews coming up. We got some parole officers that's coming. We got some chief wardens that's coming. We're gonna interview them live right where they are. We're gonna ask questions, and they're gonna be transparent with us, and they're gonna communicate with us. You know, so you'll know what's going on. Y'all looking on these websites, oh, they down there eating chicken and mashed potatoes and they eating veggies and cornbread. You believe that lie? You believe that? You up to shaming yourself. Folks, don't you know they feeding the food that said not for human consumption? Don't you know that? Not for human consumption. rotten vegetables. Ain't no good, but they'll cook them and give them to your people. And you wondering why they calling you ask, just put $5 on my book so I could buy me something to eat. Let me tell you something. They're in a position of like a man homeless under the bridge. They ain't got no income coming in. They ain't feeding them right. Medical ain't seeing about your. I cannot stress this enough. Medical is not seeing about your people. You need to see about your people. I only got $2 for me and my household. That's all I got. One day, that $2 could save you in the future. But go on and be like Pac-Man, eat up everything. And when it's all ate up, something gonna come eat you up. I stick proud there laughing at me. Something gonna come eat you up. My granddad used to say it all the time, I ain't gonna fat no rat up for no stick to come by and swallow. Say it again. All right, I'll say it one more time for you. My granddaddy said, you say this all the time, I'm not fattening up no rat for no snake to come by and swallow. I'm saying to you, when you be selfish and don't see about your loved one and don't take care of your loved one, you're fattening yourself up and something else is going to come swallow you up. I don't know about you, but I don't need no maybe shoulda help me out when I'm in trouble and I'm dealing with something strange that I got to fight. I need somebody who understands how to fight. I mean, when I was growing up on the Cooper Road, we went where we went. You had to learn how to fight. If you didn't learn how to fight, you were done. And you had 2 or 3 dudes getting ready to jump on you. You didn't take no one person that can't fight with you, baby. You better take at least 2, you better take at least 1 more with you. We used to walk down the street and knock out 4 or 5 dudes at one time. Me, I'd knock them out with all 4 of them at one time. It take my time and walk down the street, do my business. Come back up the street, whooped all 4 of them. I'm saying now, if a war broke out in this country over racism, who in your family is ready to protect that household with you, man? Use your head. You don't let your help with the prison. We don't love one another. We don't have no family union no more. Now kinfolk down the street don't know it's his kinfolk. When I fell in love with his own first cousin, don't even know the family. Now they're coming up with a baby. Now the private baby come up with retarded syndrome. Why? Because they didn't know that they were cousins. Because there ain't even been no more family reunion. Our children in trouble. And since we ain't seeing the bottom, the prison is waiting for them. They're trying to get them, and they're doing anything they could to focus. You think drugs is getting on these ground free? If the United States can take the astronaut and put them on the moon, and if their camera can see everything done on the ground, and they can track down a murderer from one end to the other end, don't tell me they can't stop these drugs coming on these streets. They create crime so they can keep a job. But it don't mean you have to be the one to be caught in the crime. Think about your actions. Think about your behavior. Next week on Saturday, we're going to have some guests on here, and we're going to get off into some real hard talking about prison. We're going to get off. Some of y'all may say, I don't have any family member in prison. You know somebody that's in prison. Check on them. Check on them. Upon checking up on them, help them all you can. Because that very one you help might be the one save your life. Listen, my time is up. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting ready to go. We're getting ready for the Brookshire to come on the Heart, the Fort of Heart, military. I hope you will listen to them. They have a very good word for you tonight. And join me. Join me next time, same place. And let's go and get involved in helping these prisoners. Some of you want to send donations to help prisoners you don't know. Call me so we can do, and we can take donations and do what we have to do so we can run with it and have it to help them. I'll make sure your name is mentioned. I'll make sure that they know. Send your donation. Send your donation. Send your send your donations. Send your donations so we can help them. Send your donation. How can you send a donation? Let's see. Let's see how we send a donation. Let's see how we send a donation. Let's see how we send a donation. Let me see. I think we got. Let me scroll and make sure it's up. There we go. You can that ticker at the bottom. You can send your donation right there. Send it right there. Your money, order your check, or you can cash out and put your name on saying where you want your money to go, and send it there to the people. All right, my time is expired. We're getting ready for the Fort of Heart with the Brookshires. They'll be on live next. And y'all stay tuned and stay with us. We'll be back here tomorrow at the same, not tomorrow, next Saturday at the same time. So you can learn about prisoners and how to help them. All right? Y'all have a good night. And may the blessings of the Lord make it rich and add no sorrow.